The last couple of years, collecting modern issues, it's been spoiling us because in 2021, for the 100th anniversary of the last Morgan dollar, we had a bonanza of a time. 175,000 coins, they disappeared. We loved it so much. In 2023, they brought them back. 275,000 coins, and they disappeared. And 2024, where we are right now, the coins are out and they're disappearing as well. All of the stuff we're seeing today is because of one coin, the last Morgan ever, 1921. And tonight, that's going to be our conversation. So the Morgan dollar is the largest silver dollar to ever circulate here in the United States. And it was the child of the Comstock lode. If you recall the early parts of the 1800s, we didn't even have a silver dollar in circulation because we didn't have any silver. It was legal tender to use Spanish and or English silver in this country up until 1857. And then, give or take that time frame, Virginia City, Nevada, the Comstock lode, and the whole concept changes. We now have silver. The largest silver find in our United States of America. At that particular time, the silver interests petitioned the U.S. Mint to, hey, let's bring back a silver dollar. People are moving from east to west. Paper money is new. And we can't tell if it's real because you can't go on the internet and say, does that bank exist, right? So let's make a silver dollar. Let's do our thing again. And they did. 1878, the Morgan dollar is born. 27 consecutive years to 1904, and then it's over. So if it's over after 27 years, where does the 1921 Morgan come from, the 28th coin? Well, the story is even more unique because during World War I, before we were in the war, before Woodrow Wilson brought us forward, we were helping the English. The Germans in the Axis power put a lot of pressure on the English silver certificates in India. And as a result, they didn't have enough silver to cover. Well, we have this Comstock lode, we have this Morgan dollar. But because we're neutral, we can't just give them Morgan dollars. So what do? We melt 60% of all the Morgans we struck during that 27-year span. Just have no idea. It was called the Pittman Act of 1918. With all that destruction on this coin, we then sent the silver, helped the English, and we eventually went into the war. The doughboys go over there, and then the war is over shortly thereafter. The war of all wars. Well, in 1921, we wanted to celebrate peace. So we introduced a brand new dollar. You might remember it, the peace dollar. We just were fighting over the design. So the U.S. Mint had the ability to go back and start striking the original Morgan, the last coin. It hasn't been 25 years. So they did. So it's the last Morgan. This is that coin. And then as the year went on, finally they agreed. You know what the bottom part was? It was the reverse of the coin. You see here we have arrows in the talons of the eagle on the Morgan. We had arrows on the talons on the brand new peace dollar. And we just got done with a war. We don't want to talk about it, so let's do something different. So we took the arrows out for the first time in our U.S. history and replaced it with an olive branch. And then the peace dollar is born, and this design is over. So 1921, we have Philadelphia, we have Denver, we have San Francisco. For those of you that are knowledgeable, this next statement is true, but it's ridiculously misleading, and I'm telling you walking into it. It has the largest mintage figure of any Morgan dollar ever, this coin. So with that, now this is a certified coin. It's a certified 64. It is special. Well, if there's that many out there, and the percentages are really low, how many coins is that? Well, that's the important part. Because the percentage is low and the number of coins is low. Together, when they're both low, that's when you got it, right? 10% of 10 is 1, right? 10% of a million is 100,000. If I just say 10%, and that's all there is, it could be either 1 or 100,000. So if you, on this one, it's important to look at both, because that's when the knowledge, all of a sudden the beacon goes off. If you look at our vintage Morgan dollars, some of the fabled coins in our history, the San Francisco Mint's fabled Morgan was 1881S. Over the last 40 years that PCGS is doing this, they've seen over 300,000 coins, and 195,000 of them are 64 or higher grade, which is still not a lot of coins, considering 2021, where I started, 175,000 and they disappeared. So 100-year-old plus coin and about the same numbers. If you go to New Orleans in 1884, their finest ever, 239,000 coins. 110,000 of them have been seen in 64 or higher certified. The finest Philadelphia strike is the 1886. 146,000 coins. Over 80,000 of them are known today in 64 or higher condition. So when you look at this coin, this is where it gets to be very misleading, but not. Because the percentages are small, but the mintage is high, but the number is small. There are only 56,411 of these known to exist in 64 or higher condition added together in the last 40 years. That's special. The competition sells the 21 Morgan, not in this holder, just in a capsule, for $125. They sell the exact same coin you're seeing on your screen right now, a 64 blast white beauty. And where are they on this one? They're at $189. We did see a special, a flash special, for $154. Same coin, same grade. And when you compare that to any of the brand new 2021s, that's actually lower in price. Well, I'm sorry, these are 100-year-old vintage, the original Morgans. It's where the idea came from. Guys, give me a 30-second clock. I blew through that last stop sign, sorry. Phones are very busy right now. Quantities, no. If you want to buy 3, you want to buy 5. We have a set quantity of coins in inventory right now. When we're through here, they're going to pretty much be gone. And it's because of one thing. We have a 64 certified original 1921. They're all blast white beauties like you see in your screen. We kick out 30 to 40% of the coins we see. They are not this nice. You might have seen some of those over the years. Ours are always this nice. And we're $89.95. It's a crazy price. And it's meant to be, because it's AVC, and that's what we do. And everybody, that's why we call this segment the Daily Deal.